Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Well, depending on where you are, welcome everyone to As You Do Metal Zine. New interview, new energy, new vibes, and new guest. Our guest today is the second guest from the US that we have in our channel. A few months ago, we did an interview with Jimmy Mitchell. Today, we have a new guest, Michael Benetatos, guitarist of American heavy power metal band Attacker. Attacker is, as I said, American heavy power metal band from New Jersey in the US. They started out in the 1980s, then they split up, then they reunited, and they've been around for about 24 or 25 years. We have their guitarist, Michael Benetatos. Mike, welcome to As You Do Metal Zine, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure. Great to be with you.
Yeah, likewise. Great. So, Mike, we will have plenty of time to speak about Attacker, but first we will speak about you as a musician.
Okay.
So, you joined Attacker in 2001, but we know little about your career before that. Prior to joining Attacker, I did a little research and I found that you played in the early 90s in a local thrash metal band from New Jersey called Jersey Dogs. But that's pretty much everything I found. Attacker, what were the bands you played for? How did it all start before you joined Attacker?
Sure. My covers like Testament, Destruction. We played Metallica, of course, 16 years old. But we did pretty good. We were pretty well known around our area. And then from our area, did a demo that a lot of people, I can still get requests to try and provide today, but I don't even have one for myself. And then I joined Jersey Dogs, which was an incarnation, per se, of Attacker when Attacker split up. Lou and Mike, I knew all the guys. I knew the guys from Attacker from when I was a kid, younger, watching them in their studio rehearsing. Me and my brothers would go and watch them rehearse. I would go more than my brothers, but I would see them rehearse quite often. Got to know the guys really well. I knew Mike and Bob Mitchell from just around the neighborhoods. And they would hear me play with my bandmaster. So they asked me to join Jersey Dogs, which they were forming out of the ashes of Attacker, which had split up at the time, in about 1988. They asked me if I wanted to join the Jersey Dogs. And knowing, being that they know me for so many years already, I was a perfect fit to fit right in with the Jersey Dogs, which, of course, later on, we got back together and I jumped right in to fill that role. So, yeah, it's like...
Great. So, anticipated my second question, because I was going to ask you about how you joined Attacker. Was it personal contact with the band members? So did you know them personally, or was it some contact from the guys to join the band? Right. But how did the idea of reuniting Attacker come about after 12 years of splitting up? How did it occur? How did it happen to them to reunite or to resurrect the band?
A good question. After Jersey Dogs fizzled out, the grunge started taking over, and the what we were doing at the time wasn't really working. So the way it started, we were doing. We decided to do like a reunion show for Jim Mooney, the original guitar player from Attacker, who had recently passed away. God rest his soul, for Jim Mooney, and it turned into doing another album. And the rest is history. We wound up reforming and getting, a couple more guys on board. And that was it. After the first album, Soul Taker, we did with, after Jim Mooney passed away, we got reunited. We had Felix on bass, Felix Torres. as you may know already. And then Lou came back for the unknown. So yeah, it was you know, a tribute to Jim Mooney that we had reformed to do something in his honor, and I'm glad we did to honor him and to get Attacker back in the fold here.
Yeah, yeah, we're glad to have Attacker back. Yeah, definitely, really solid band. So
Thank
let's
you.
speak about now the material that you released with Attacker. Of course, we're not going to speak much about the old stuff. We are more interested in Attacker with you being around since 2001. So you have released 5 albums of the band. You recorded and released 5 albums, starting with the Soul Taker in 2004, and then there was the last album, The God Particle, last year in 2024. So,
Yes,
over the
sir.
course of 20 years, how do you personally evaluate the musical progress that the band has achieved? From not from the perspective of a band member, but from the perspective of a musician, a neutral perspective. Like just remove the name Attacker and just suppose these albums were recorded by any other band. How do you evaluate the musical evolution from the first album you released in 2004 all the way until the last album in 2024?
It's hard to describe because it's just what it's influencing me at the moment. What I like to hear personally. So I wrote a lot of stuff on Soul Taker, even though the credits are not there. I had you know, added so much stuff to songs that other like that Lou wrote. I added all the guitar parts and stuff, so I was already fully writing right off the bat with Attacker. The unknown again. I don't think the credits are available for that, like songwriting credits. But I wrote up to date. I'm the like the main songwriter. With other guys contributing one or two here and there. But the evolution is it's a little interesting because you know I just when it's with Soul Taker I was just adding my guitar to a bass line or bass parts, which is very cool. It's very challenging. It's very creative. You get to put your creativity to it. You just hear a bass line, which is pretty cool. But then you could develop a whole world of conflicting ideas going on around it or with it. So it's that kind of stuff I like. I like when bass players present me with some, you know, more or less the root of the song, and I can embellish on it. And that's where a lot of the songs from Soul Taker and some from The Unknown that Lou had wrote and Felix, and then Lou had wrote parts of the Hammer that I embellished on too. So yeah, and then with the albums that came after that, like I was in rehab for 19 months. You know, I had a lot of bad problem with alcohol and cocaine for years. Nobody really, it's you know, it's not a secret, but I don't, you know, it's a part of my life, and
Right.
you know, I'm not ashamed to talk about it because I'm happy to help anybody I can if I was listening, you know. But with
Sure.
when I got a rehab in 2012, I started writing stuff for um the Giants of Canaan album, which to me to this day is probably my favorite album. And I had a fresh mind. I was clean and sober for the first time in poof, probably since I'm 12 years old. Uh, a lot of years of excessive partying comes with the territory. But that was like my mind was in a different place. I got more creative. I got a little more progressive. And same with Sins of the World. I think it's a little more, a lot more guitar work going on than the earlier Attack stuff, the first 2 albums. So the evolution is interesting, and with every album it changes a little bit. The Guard Particle is more straight ahead and more thrashy, more punch in the face, 3 minute slow songs. And the other previous albums, Sins of the World and Giants of Canaan, were more melodic and progressive, and a lot of guitar work going on. And the new one, like I said, the God Particle is more straight ahead and heavier. Somebody wants to say hi for 1 second. My daughter Jolie.
Hey, how you doing, girl?
Hello. Yeah, such a lovely daughter.
Yeah, she wanted to get on here. She's really cute. So that's the evolution of the songwriting within my participation in that. And yeah, it's an ongoing work of art here. I'm starting to write some new songs after a long time off. I literally 2 weeks ago started picking up the guitar again and got like 3 songs. I would say I don't know if you call them complete, but the ideas are there, and I like it. It's more a little bit more back to the Giants of Canaan, Sins of the World type style writing than the God Particle. So I'm excited to get back to uh, that kind of style.
That's great.
All right, Mikey. So, talking about
Yeah,
the
go ahead. Manaf, I thought you had something to ask.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah, I
right,
can hear you
Loud and
well.
clear.
all right. So yeah, talking about the progression and evolution, musical evolution. So every time a musician usually tries to top the old material, my question: how hard is to top yourself as guitar player every time you are creating new songs?
It's pretty hard to like if you, I come from like a more thrash background.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up with thrash. I love thrash. So when Attacker asked me to join, I might be getting off the subject a little bit. But Attacker asked me to join, I had to modify a little bit of the songwriting to fit Attacker's style. And
Correct.
then after doing it for long enough, it's kind of stuck. It kind of stuck, and I started like enjoying that kind of songwriting as well. So as you can tell, I incorporate my own style into some Attacker stuff, and it's yeah, it's a ongoing work.
Correct. Correct. Yes. So yeah. I've been a fan of Attacker for years, and I saw Attacker goes places now, especially in the US. So, how important is playing shows for you personally, as a person?
Oh, playing shows is the bread and butter, the payoff for all of us. We all have day jobs, and it's not like we're people see we go overseas and stuff. They think that we do this for a living, which of course this day and age very hard to make a living at just being a musician. We all have day jobs, and for me, I'm a solar electrician. I'm a solar foreman, so I go overseas, play on stage. A lot of people sign autographs, take pictures. Beautiful world.
Right.
Come back, I'm on the roof, freaking, with wrenches and working with tools again. It's like this sucks. I wish I was still on stage playing. But yeah, we're lucky to have seen a lot of places in the last, since I joined the band. Attacker's first show overseas was in 2004 at the second Keep It True festival.
Germany.
That was our first time,
In
the
Germany.
first time overseas, and we've been asked quite a few times to be back since. All over Spain, Italy, Belgium, Holland, Germany, Greece, Netherlands. Multiple times. It's amazing. All the people you meet, like such as you guys. Yeah, the connections are you can't say enough about this. What metal had brought to my life. The ability to see the world and meet wonderful people such as you guys.
Right. Correct. So yeah, talking about
Thank
playing
you.
overseas. So
Likewise.
what are some of the biggest difference between playing in the US and Europe, for example, for you?
Europe, there's no question. There's no comparison.
This is one of my questions. So how you can see the difference between here and there?
Germany going there. Well, Europe, but Germany is kind of the capital of metal.
Right.
I
Correct.
guess. But when you go over there, it's like the '80s never ended. You got the guys with the leather
Same feeling.
jackets, the vests. Over here, you don't see anybody like that anymore. No, it's totally dead. I mean, we pack our local place all the time. Dingbats, our local watering hole, cool metal club that we play. You might even heard of it. It's a little tiny place, but it's pretty well known. Um, Besides that, there's not a hell of a lot of places to play in Jersey, or even it's all about festivals. It's
Correct.
all fest everywhere. The place to be is festivals. You play in front of much more people than you would at a smaller club. So the chance, you get to be seen by many more people, and it's worth it. To play. Some bands, they still do these tours across the country. Friends of mine even, and they're playing like little strip mall places and stuff. And it's heartbreaking sometimes to see them playing to nobody or a couple people. And in Europe, you could do small shows like that, a small tour like that, and still be successful. Over here, like I said, you're playing to the bar and your friends. If you try and like play outside your immediate area, like a tour across the states, you're not gonna have a good turnout. It's almost guaranteed. Even big bands, I see them. I don't mention any names, but I see them on friends on Facebook, and they're doing their thing, and I give them all the credit in the world for doing it. But it's not easy. It's disheartening to see like nobody there to see them play. So for us, it's worth it just to do festivals.
Yeah.
Big festivals and a one-off here and there. That's going to be worth it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so it's the problem is about the fans. I feel, or like maybe the promotion here in the US is enough. Is not enough.
Yeah. No, we do our own promotions for any
Oh yeah,
shows we're doing, unless it's a festival.
yeah,
Like we used to do like a little excursions, like play a couple. We still do it. We still like go to like Boston, Massachusetts, Delaware. We'll do like shows like that once in a while where we're on a bill with a couple decent local bands, and it's worth it. But to do like a tour, like 20, 30 days and getting all these like smaller clubs, and we all got day jobs, and the scene is just not there to accommodate that.
right, yeah. Maybe we'll see you next.
Financially, or
Yeah, maybe we'll see Attack next year among the bands who are gonna play for Hell's Hero, the Texas festival. If you know it, it's a big one. It's worthy one.
yeah, we just played it. We just played at Houston. We were just there a couple of weeks ago.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
And we're
good.
going to
Yeah, let's
France.
go.
We're going to France next month.
Correct.
We'll be playing
That's good.
the Courts of Chaos Festival in France.
Wow. Okay.
Looking forward to that. We got a lot of awesome French fans and friends that we can't wait to see. They're always like amazing. They're always fantastic.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, we'd like to back to the material that you wrote and released with Tacker, the five full-length albums that you released. I noticed that you released the albums with five albums with four different record labels. Well, this begs the question of why the instability in dealing with the record labels. So almost every new album was recorded with a new record label. So, were there any particular reasons for that? Maybe maybe some criteria were not met. You guys had some norms that the record label didn't meet. Maybe there was some financial disagreement. So, what was the reason that made you change record labels very often?
Well, with Attacker, I try to not to be too involved in the business side. I let Sabatini handle that. He's our business guy from day one, pretty much since before I was in the band. Andy and Dennis Colby, those were great guys. Iron Glory or Sentinel Steel, and we of course had Jovita and Simone with Metal on Metal Records. Now we're with
Cruz del Sur.
Cruz del Sur. I couldn't get it out of the tip of my tongue. So Andy he did a re-release and he wanted to do an album with us. We did the Soul Taker with him, and Dennis we did the Sentinel Steel record with. He was cool. He was really good to work with. Dennis, he gave us a great deal with the sales on the CDs compared to other people. So we went with him with that. Plus he was a great guy and great promoter. Promoted a lot of the stuff. Like I said, I don't really venture too much into the business. I help Mike here and there, but he takes care of all the record label stuff, and I got my work cut out for me writing the songs and stuff. But let him do stuff.
Yeah, but my question
No.
in here, excuse me, Eunice, are you satisfied with the promotion and everything like the label provided for the band or not? As a band member.
The new album, the new label.
God particle.
Oh yeah, they're great. They did good with us so far. They're great. They showed up at keep it true with a bunch of stuff for us, sold a lot of stuff, and we like them a lot. We like to working with them.
Good.
So far so good.
Oh yeah.
Keep it up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, Eunice, you was about to
Go
say
ahead,
something,
Manap.
right?
Yeah.
You was about to say something, Eunice.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got
Okay,
my
so I still have like two. I know that's the time is shorter, and I'm so excited because it's like It's something I was waiting for years to meet Mikey to interview him. But anyway, Mikey, what kind of legacy you want to leave for the next generation of metal fans?
Uh, I know. I just hope our music is remembered for years to come, and we'll still keep trying to make good music as long as we can. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Legacy wise, I guess we'll just play the festivals, and we'll do. Even when we're older, I'm hoping it still be around doing reunion shows or whatever it takes. Because I'll do this till the day I die. I love it. So as far as leaving a legacy, I hope the music can speak for itself and leave a legacy. But it's not all about me. It's about Attacker. I'm not trying to say, oh, I wrote this stuff. I'm not. You know, it's we're a team. We're a unit. No matter what incarnation it was, from the first, second, or the newest group of guys we got. It's all about the teamwork.
Right, right. Yes, yeah. I saw a lot of lives, especially the video was on YouTube in 2018 in Germany. It was great. I'm gonna use this part in our intro video of that. But
Oh, cool.
yeah. So, what kind of advice, Mikey, you can uh, give to the metal fans or new generation bands who are trying to create any band now? Like, what kind of advance musically and everything?
The advice I would give is, to me, it's all about patience, having patience and perseverance. Because when I was younger, I would lose my patience, put the guitar down, not pick it up for a long time. I love to write and create music. So when that stuff hits, when you lose your patience and you just don't, you don't have no desire to do it anymore. It's all about patience. To me, the 100%. If you have patience to sit down and write music and deal with the aspects of the music industry, it goes a long way. It goes a long way if you have patience and just stick to what you're doing. Don't give up. But that's key to me. I tell everybody. I had my brothers try and play guitar when they were younger. I try to show them. Frustrated immediately, put the guitar down. They could have been, they got natural musical ability. They could have been right there next to me playing. But the patience wasn't there. They didn't have immediate results. Immediate results doesn't come.
Correct. Correct.
It's idiotic to think you're going to have immediate results.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of time, practice, and patience. Yeah, definitely.
Looks like my battery. Did you guys still see me good? Or my battery looks like it's. Let me just.
No, we can hear you well. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally, I hear you well and
Yeah,
see you
yeah.
well.
You're good. You're good.
I don't know about Manef.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, one second. Sorry about that.
No
My
problem.
battery's dimming.
You're good,
Let me
bro.
go. Yeah, you can still
Okay,
see me.
right. Yeah, yeah. We've come to the end of our talk show, Mike. Anyway, so well, we would like to thank you very much for being with us and for your honesty in answering all the questions. You even spoke about your personal struggles. You opened up. You opened up to us, and that's really good. That's really cool. Personally, I'm really glad that I have met you today.
My
It's
pleasure.
not just a random compliment.
Thank
Just
you. I
not a random
appreciate it.
compliment. You are an amazing person, not only musician. So I really wish you the best of luck with Attacker.
Thank
And
you.
maybe we will meet again for another interview very soon.
I would love it. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you so much for
You're
having me.
welcome. All right. Have a good one.
Take care, fellas.
You
I'll
too.
talk to you soon,
Bye bye.
hopefully. Metal on, guys.
Yeah,
Always.
goodbye. Okay. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Mike.
You're
Okay, please, everyone, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe channel, enable the bell to receive all notifications, and also you can find the link to Attacker's music right below this video. Thank you, metalheads. See you again soon with another interview. Goodbye.